Welcome back to the WCG for this run chase of the limited overs match between Brennan's 11 and Rabi's 11. A spirited fight back from the Reds' lower order saw them set Brennan's 11 a target of 119 runs to win. Can they maintain their dominance over Rabi's 11? Or can the men in red register their first win ever at the WCG? So it's going to be Hamid Basha who will get this run chase underway for Brennan's 11. Had a pretty decent Australia Day T20 Big Bash with the bat. The men in blue will hope he can carry that form into this one. So it's brother v brother for the first over of this run chase, with Rabi Basha into Hamid Basha. In now, and it's a wide delivery to start with there from the skipper, and it's been called as such. Did his job with the bat, did the skipper, making a vital 28 for Rabi's 11. It's with the ball, he's been under the microscope lately. Had a pretty ordinary Australia Day T20 Big Bash with the ball. He's looking to put that right in this one. He comes in once again to his brother, and this one sprays down the leg side, and that'll be another wide. So back-to-back wides to start from Basha. It's another nervous start. Gifted Brennan's 11 a couple of freebies to begin their run chase, which they'll graciously accept, considering that this is a record run chase required to get up in this fixture. So it'll be Basha to continue to his brother over the wicket in the opening over. As he's in now, it's another short wide delivery, and Hamid plays that on the offside. They can't beat Schaefer there at cover. This fixture carries good memories for Hamid. It was Hamid who was captain of the side against his brother in the last limited overs fixture, where they won by 20 runs. In fact, Hamid has been victorious in both limited overs matches played at the WCG. As Rabi will continue to him again. Oh, this one's a better delivery, and that just flies over the top of off stump. It's a bit of a loose stroke there from Hamid. That's better from the red skipper. Rabi to continue to Hamid in the opening over. He's in now. This one's a bit of a full delivery, and there's a massive appeal, and he's gone. He's got an inside edge through to the keeper, and Basha goes for a duck. Not the start that Brennan's 11 were looking for. 1 for 2. So it'll be young Daniel Hancock to make his way to the crease at number 2. Had a pretty ordinary T20 Big Bash with the bat. And he comes in with his side in a bit of trouble in these opening overs. So it's Basha around the wicket to Hancock for the final ball of his over. In now, and it's a plain to miss there from Hancock. Ends a successful over for Rabi's 11. It'll be Pat McGregor to bowl the second over of the innings. And he's in now to Hancock. It's a good length delivery, and Hancock is forward and defends well. Rabi's 11 will sense a big opportunity to go bang bang here in the power play, given Daniel's woes with the bat of late. McGregor will bowl again to him now, and that's a good length delivery, as that one leaps up at young Hancock, who dropped the hands in time. Played that pretty well in the end. McGregor to continue to Hancock around the wicket in the second over. As he's in now, that one's a back of a length delivery, and he hasn't played a stroke. Yeah, but the umpire says not out. Oh, I think height must have just saved him here. Yeah, it looks like it's just climbing over the top. Close call there for young Hancock. Gregor to continue to Hancock around the wicket. In now, this one's a full toss, and Daniel Hancock goes bang down the ground for the first runs off the bat. That's a brilliant way to get off the mark for the youngster. He has hammered the big man. It's brother v brother for the third over of the innings. Nathan is in now, and it's a short delivery, and Daniel hammers that on the leg side for another boundary. He has raced along to 10. Brennan's 11, 1 for 13. Nathan to continue to his brother in the third over. And he's in now, it's a full delivery, and this one beats Daniel outside the off stump. That's a good reply there from the youngster. Brothers were, of course, teammates during the Australia Day T20 Big Bash, but now back on opposing sides, and the rivalry's as big as ever. As Nathan continues to Daniel, and Daniel leaves that one alone outside the off stump. So this is a good battle brewing between the two youngsters. Brennan's 11 losing an early wicket and looking to stabilise the ship here through young Daniel. As Nathan will come in for the final ball of his over. In now to shorter delivery, and it's a wild swing from Daniel to end the over. Robert Leonard to bowl the fourth over of the innings. And he's in now to Daniel Hancock, and it's a full delivery. He's hit this over the fence. That's the second wicket down for Brennan's 11. Once again, Daniel is dismissed over the fence. Brennan's 11 are in early trouble in the run chase, 2 for 14. So it'll be Josh bowling to make his way to the crease at number 3 for Brennan's 11. So it looks like Brennan's 11 skipper will be sliding himself down the order. Boland walks out with his side in early trouble under lights. So it'll be Robert Leonard into Josh Boling for his first delivery. In now to full toss. Oh, but he's hit this over the fence. He's gone first delivery, and Robert Leonard is on a hat-trick. Brennan's 11 are in all sorts of trouble in this run chase. Bowling dismissed for a golden duck. 3 for 14. So it'll be Matt White to make his way to the crease at number 4 for Brennan's 11. Had a fantastic Australia Day T20 Big Bash. And Brennan's 11 desperately need him to carry that form into this one. So it'll be Robert Leonard into Matt White on a hat-trick. In now, it's a good length delivery, but this one slides down the leg side, and that'll be called a wide. So an anti-climax there for the hat-trick ball. Robert Leonard has gone bang-bang to peg Brennan's 11 right back here. This will continue to White in the 4th over. In now to full delivery, wide outside the off stump, and White wisely leaves it alone. Robert Leonard has been the chief destroyer for Rugby's 11 this season. That's his 11th wicket for the men in red. As he's in again to Matt White looking for number 12. In now, it's a good length delivery, and White is forward and defends. So this has been a brilliant over so far from Rob Leonard. 2 wickets and just a 1 run off it. Leonard will come in for the final ball of his over. In now, it's a shorter delivery, and White lets it go outside the off stump. It'll be Daniel Arnold to bowl the final over of the power play. As he's in now to White, it's a full delivery, and White is forward and defends on the offside. These two had a tremendous battle during the Australia Day T20 Big Bash final. Arnold may have got the better of White in the individual battle, but it was Wet Up and Matt White who lifted the trophy at the end of that epic grand final. So it'll be Arnold to continue to White in the 5th over. In now to full delivery, and it hits White on the pad, and it's kicked back towards the stumps by Johnson. And there is a bit of an interested appeal here from the men in red. As we take a look, White is aware of where the ball is. Nah, he gets his bat down well in time. Arnold to continue to White in the 5th over. As he's in now to full delivery, and that one catches the toe end of White's bat. And although there's an appeal from Michael Johnson, that'll be a bump ball and will not be given out. So Arnold just causing White 1 or 2 problems here in this 5th over. White looking to make use of this final over of the power play. Here is Arnold will continue to White over the wicket. In now, and this one's a short delivery, and this one strikes White on the body. So this has been a fantastic over from Daniel Arnold. Brennan's 11 and the power play at 3 for 16. It'll be the debutant Justin Brooke to bowl his first ball at the WCG. As he's in now to White, and that's a good delivery outside the off stump. And that's a good lead from Matt White, and it's well watched there in the end. So Rugby's 11 are well on top in this limited overs fixture. But White digging in and just looking to ride this early storm. As Brooke will continue to him now, and it's a full delivery, but that slides down the leg side. That'll be called a wide. Brooke too came in early trouble for Rugby's 11 with the bat. He made 24-run debut, which was a pivotal innings. He'll continue to White once again. This one once again slides down the leg side for another wide. So a mixed start from the debutant, but the early signs are pretty positive here for Rugby's 11. They look like they've unearthed another gem. Brooke will continue to White in the 6th over, but again he slides another one down the leg side. And that's 3 wides in a row for the debutant. So that pace is coming at a cost here for Justin Brooke. He just needs to find his areas. He's going to change to around the wicket. So coming now to White. And now to full delivery. And this one's gone over the fence. Was there a bit of bat? The umpire says yes. White is given out, and he is not happy with the decision. That's the 4th wicket down for Brennan's 11. As we have a look, it's off his boot. That's a horrible decision from the umpire. Well, Brennan's 11 have copped a stinker there. 4 for 19 as Gavin Merrifield makes his way to the crease with his side in all sorts of trouble. Can Merrifield produce another rescue mission for Brennan's 11? As we Justin Brooke in for the final ball of his over. In now, and it's another one that slides down the leg side. That'll be a wide. So it'll be Ryan Schaefer to bowl the 7th over of the innings. And he's in now to Gavin Merrifield, and that's a whizzer of a delivery. As this one flies past Gavin Merrifield's face. Oh, and that's not a bad one to start with. Schaefer to continue to Merrifield in the 7th over. And he's in now, it's a good length delivery. Oh, but I think there's a bit of bat here from Merrifield. There is. And that's the 5th wicket down for Brennan's 11. They are in all sorts of trouble in this run chase as Merrifield goes for a duck. Well, it'll be big Marky Pasterfield to make his way to the crease with his side in all sorts of trouble at 5 for 20. And if there was ever a man due for some runs, it's this man at the crease. So it'll be Schaefer into Pasterfield for his first delivery. In now to another quick delivery, and Mark leaves that alone. It'll be Michael Johnson to bowl the 8th over of the innings. As in now to Pasterfield, it's a short delivery. Pasterfield pulls this onto the fence, and he's going to scamper through for a single, and he gets there in the end. And Hamid Al-Bashir is on the field to celebrate, because that is Mark Pasterfield's first run for Brennan's 11 in a long, long time. You have to go all the way back to the first innings of the second test match. The Pasterfield's last run with the bat for the men in blue. Maybe the floodgates are about to open. It'll be Michael Johnson to continue to him now to shorter delivery. No, there won't be any floodgates opening because normal service is restored. Pasterfield is dismissed for 1. Brennan's 11, 6 for 21. Well, this is becoming quite embarrassing for the men in blue, as it'll be Tom Doy to make his way to the crease, the 7th man in for Brennan's 11. Was the 3rd leading run scorer with the bat in the T20 Big Bash. Can he do it again? So it'll be Michael Johnson into Tom Doy for his first delivery. In now to shorter delivery, and Doy gets out of the way of that one well. Brennan's 11 have crumbled under lights here at the WCG. They are in all sorts of trouble at 6 for 21, and it's going to take something pretty special to get them out of this hole. As Johnson will continue to Doy, and that's a good length delivery, and it's well played on the offside there from the big man. It'll be Nathan Hancock to bowl the 10th over of the innings, as in now to Doy, and that's a good length delivery, and Doy is in behind that and defends well back down the pitch. Made significant contributions in each match he played for the Saggy Greens in the Australia Day Big Bash. And he needs another contribution now. As Hancock bowls a shorter delivery and Tom Doy goes bang down the ground for 6. And that is a much needed maximum there for the men in blue. Doy is off the mark in style. It'll be Leonard to bowl the 11th over of the innings. And in now to Doy, and this one's a good leg delivery, and this one's the 3rd wicket for Leonard, as Doy has hit this one over the fence. Doy is dismissed for 6. Brennan's 11, 7 for 30. So it'll all hinge on the skipper, who is the last man in for his side. Has not had a great track record with the bat in this fixture down the years, but he will have to rediscover his Test Series form if he's going to get him home. So it'll be Robert Leonard, who's looking for his 4th wicket, into Scott now. In now, and this one slides down the leg side, and that'll be a wide. So Rabi's 11 are on the verge of their first victory as a team at the WCG. Just 1 wicket away now. We've seen Scott do this in the past down the years, but this will be a massive challenge. As Leonard will continue to Scott now. It's a full delivery and it's driven down the ground, but it's well fielded there from Leonard, who prevents Scott from getting off the mark. Brilliant stuff from Leonard once again. So Robert Leonard in for the final ball of his over. It's in now to Scott. It's a full delivery on. Scott gets his way through mid-wicket, and he's off the mark with a 6. It's a thick inside edge, but he'll take it. Justin Brooke to bowl the 13th over of the innings. It's in now to Scott. This one's a full quick delivery. There's a massive appeal here for the men in reds, and Scott points to his boot. I think they're appealing for caught behind. It's a full toss anyway, which is bounced after. Scott under the pump here, under lights, as Brooke will continue to him now around the wicket. In now, and it's a good leg delivery. He hasn't played a shot. It's a massive appeal, and the umpire says not out. The only height could save him here. Oh, that's a tight one. It's all happening at the WCG, as Brooke is in again to Scott, and he leaves this one outside the off stump. Ryan Schaefer to bowl the 14th over of the innings. As in now to Scott, a full delivery, and Scott punches that back down past him for another boundary. He has moved along to 10. Brennan's 11, 7 for 47. Michael Johnson to bowl the 16th over of the innings. Brennan's 11, 7 for 52. As in now to full delivery outside the off stump, and there it is. Scott gets a thick outside edge, and the match is over. Rabi's 11 have hammered Brennan's 11 in this day-night fixture by 66 runs. So Rabi's 11 have recorded their first win at the WCG, as they hammer the men in blue by 66 runs in this day-night fixture to end their season on a high. Schaefer and Al-Bashir were the saviours with the bat, and Leonard was the chief destroyer with the ball, picking up 3 for 9 off his 2 overs. Brennan's 11 fail once again in the limited overs fixture, as Rabi's 11 will party long into the night. So Rugby's 11 lift the limited overs trophy as they end their season on a high and will carry the momentum into a massive 5th season. We hope you've enjoyed all our coverage over the summer. Stay tuned for some massive announcements. Bye for now.